it's Coach Velia. We are on day 10 of the decluttering series, and I found filters, so I'm having fun with them. It's too bad I didn't know about them when I first started the series. That would have made it much more interesting. If you weren't excited about the information, you'd be excited to see what filter I was going to use next. So here we go. Inspired by my two little grandpuppies that are hanging out next to me. So I wanted to wear my little ears and cute little puppy face or nose here. And today we're going to be talking about your garage and any storage units you may have, like any storehouses you may have. So when you think about storage, the word storage kind of brings up a whole bunch of things that we actually keep hidden, put away for whatever reason. And we keep telling ourselves we're going to need it for an emergency or for another day. Hi guys, thank you for joining. Today or this season is actually a perfect time because a lot of people store things that are for the holidays. So I'd like to ask each and every one of you if everything that you're storing for the holidays has actually either been used or you're thinking about using this holiday season. If not, I think that gets you closer to understanding just how much you really have to store in these places. Hi. So it's really important for us to, again, look at all the nooks and crannies, all the storage places that we have that are literally taking up, storing energy that has become stagnant in your life. A lot of people just kind of close the door and they don't want to go through or they don't want to think about it. And they literally just want to avoid it at all costs. So I'm going to ask you if when you open your garage door, if it brings you peace, if it overwhelms you, what is the feeling you get when you open your garage door or your garage space? Do you run in there? Do you avoid it like the plague? Like, do you spend time in there and actually organize things? So I'm going to ask you guys to go in section by section, okay? What I like to do when it comes to organizing is actually put like items together. And I've shared this previously, and I think we were doing the paperwork episode at that time. But in the garage, many times you can get in there, your storage units, shelters, wherever you have whatever you have that's actually storing bigger or bulkier items, seasonal items, or things that you just use on a, monthly, weekly basis, you could be the judge of that. But I always ask people to take it one chunk at a time, like literally go to like one section and pull out things and start kind of consolidating like items. So say you have car, like oil or gas, anything that has to do with your actual vehicle, and you make a pile and put all the vehicle stuff in that particular pile, right? Any paper goods, some people use it as storage for like bulk items, things of that nature. So if you kind of have paper towels in one area than another area, I'm going to ask you guys to just kind of consolidate everything. Two reasons why I ask you guys to do that. One is to actually clean out and get organized a lot faster. And two is so you realize just how much you have. Some people go and buy a whole bunch of items and they don't realize they still have them. So if you have them all in one place, it's one, easier for you to save money. It's also easier for you to just realize what you have. So if you have a whole bunch of paper towels and you had one here and one there, now you know you need a bigger space to store all of them, right? So we're going to kind of tackle it piece by piece and actually like item by item. So we're going to start off with any like paper goods or bulk items. You can look into your gardening section, your hobby section, your park section. So go in and actually see what you have in your garage. Many people are going to want to not think about this because it is an overwhelming task. So I just want you guys to realize how overwhelming you've allowed it to become, because sometimes we avoid it. And a lot of people also have not such a good habit of not putting things back where they got them from. So like say you go to the park and you grab all your chairs from an overhead storage or wherever, and your umbrellas or whatever. Then you go to the park and it's like, ugh, and they just kind of throw it on the floor. So a lot of times if you have space for things, it's a lot easier to grab them, use them, and then put them back where you got them from. If not, they just happen to start laying around the garage. And I know it becomes very overwhelming for a lot of people. So I want to save you the trouble of having to feel overwhelmed in a place where you should feel welcome into your home. A lot of people do enter. I know here, a lot of us enter through our garage area. So if you've had a tough day, you've gone to work or whatever, and you're pulling into your garage, the last thing you want to feel is overwhelmed, right? Like what's in storage areas, like is your storage area organized in a way where you can actually walk into it? And maybe you have a shelving system or something, but if you need a nail, a hammer, or whatever, do you know where they are? Or are you, looking around like a crazy person trying to figure out what it is? So ask yourself those questions. Why are you allowing storage space to make you feel overwhelmed. And I know that you may think, oh, it's stuff that my husband has or my wife has, and I don't know what to do with it. Do the best that you can on your own if you're the one attempting to get things organized, and then bring in the helpers when you can actually have those helpers. But know what you need to delegate them to do. So you can't just ask somebody to come help you and not know what they're going to be doing for you, because delegating becomes a little more complicated. A lot of times with families, okay, let's all gather like all the park stuff, all the recreational stuff. Okay, let's gather all the car stuff. So make it a game so everybody's kind of, they know what they're looking for and they bring it back, and start making piles. So of course, get your cars out if you can even park your cars in there, but start gathering group things together. Consolidate all the similar items you have or the themed items, and start kind of putting them in different sections in your garage. Many times you can find very affordable shelving units like at Walmart, on Amazon, but you can't really purchase them till you know how much you have. If you have too much of something, or if you can ask yourself if you really need this one thing and you don't need it, sell it. Gift it, give it to somebody else. Do something else with it instead of just having it sit there and collect dust when somebody else can use it. Your garage consists of many, many items. I just covered a couple, but I'd strongly encourage you guys to start making the effort to get all these things cleaned up, so you have clean energy when you come in and out of your house, so there isn't any stuck or stagnant energy. There's a lot of decor that people say they're going to use again during the holiday season. Many people do not use it all. So we'll justify it by saying, oh, next year I didn't have time, or, I didn't really feel like it this year, or whatever. Then why are you going to let it sit for a whole other year? Right now is a good time to start selling things that you're not going to use, because there's people looking for decor items that they actually will put up this year. So take advantage of the popularity of those items right now and start putting those things either for sale. Some people also trade off. There's families that will decorate their house one year, and they'll pass it over to a family member, and they all kind of switch decor around, so they don't do the same thing every year. So if that's something you'd be interested in doing, I highly recommend that you guys do something like that. So what other items are you finding that are being stored in your garage and you kind of sort of don't know what to do with them? Ask yourself those questions. Spend some time in your garage. Even if you're not going to tackle it anytime soon, how about you just bring the awareness to you? Actually go out there, expose yourself if it is overwhelming, and just take a deep breath and say, okay, I hadn't realized just how much I need to focus on this space. How do I fill in this space, and what can I do? So again, you have to create the vision of what you want it to look like before you can actually ask for help. Because if somebody comes in and says, okay, how do I help you? You really don't know how to ask them for help, because you don't even know where to begin. That's why it's your job to go in there and say, okay, what can I do? There's a lot of people that will come pick up things for free. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Old television sets. There are people that have a lot of appliances in their garages. This is a great stereo, works so good. This is a good TV, whatever. Okay, are you using it? And 8 times out of 10, I find that people do not use those items. And if you do, I'm going to ask you what condition you have it in. Is it clean? Is it dusted? Is it protected? If not, why is it sitting in your garage? I do understand that there are situations where there are emotional attachments to items. Trust me, I totally get that. However, it's time to work through those emotions. It's time to let go of things that are no longer serving you. It's time to let go of things that are literally blocking the energy from you receiving the new things that are coming. Every time you walk through your garage, you should feel like you're coming home, and you're not feeling chaos or extreme confusion, because you actually translate that into your home life. And even though we don't realize it, when there's things stuck in corners that we're storing for whatever reason, and we're really not able to justify the reasons why they're there, it kind of comes to play into your reality. So I want to strongly encourage you guys to take some time and take a look at your garage. And if you can't get cabinets right now for whatever reason, or shelving units, if you can get totes, the Costco, Walmart, Home Depot, they have all these totes. And what I like to do is grab these totes and label them, right? Like all my painting supplies are in one, other car supplies are in another one, all my gardening stuff is in another one. And we had purchased last year, I think they're probably on sale again, some shelving units that you actually install on the ceiling. And I want to say that the one we have stores probably about 9 9 to 11 totes. And gosh, I can't remember how many gallons they are, but they're pretty big totes. So that's where we keep like our holiday items labeled, things that we're not going to pull down that often. And then we have a smaller like area where we have the things that we use more frequently. So again, if you have something, please make it look like you actually like the stuff there, that you care about those things, not that you're just walking into, you know, a big organized or a disorganized chaos or a big mess, because that's super important to not have a part of your life. Totes run you anywhere from $8 to maybe $15, $20 at most. If you grab a couple, all you have to do is fill them with the items that you need to fill them with, and then stack them up and push them way to the side of your garage. So you'd be surprised how much that changes the freedom of choices, of the energy flow in your house, the decluttering in your mind, and the overwhelm that you're going to feel, that you actually feel right now, but what you will not feel when you actually have a system in place. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Get rid of any trash, get rid of any broken pieces, get rid of anything that's not serving you, take pictures, post them on Facebook, post them on Craigslist, and there are people that are going to come and actually pick up those items. Like, for example, if you have things that are broken, there are people that actually make their money repairing broken items. So why not gift them something that you keep saying that you're going to fix and you haven't had a chance to, right? So be really honest with yourself. Make the choice to make your space and yourself a priority. Free yourself of stagnant energy. I promise you won't have regrets after you have a chance to do that. So look into those totes, get that broom out, get that mop out, get that space nice and pretty. There's also opportunities to purchase paint like at Home Depot for super cheap. It's called Oops Paint. And it's paint that they were messing with and somehow it didn't come out the right color or whatever. And you could pick up a gallon for $5 and you could pick up a 5-gallon for like $20 or $30 or $50. So it's not that pricey. Look into that. See if that's something that you'd like to do for yourself to get yourself more organized. Would love for you guys to keep me posted. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a happy Saturday, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.